What's poppin', all stars? Welcome back to my channel. It's DAMNSHEJAMAICAN, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the zodiac sign Virgo. Before I get into this video, I just want to let you know that no two Virgos are the same. And that's because in this video, when we talk about the zodiac sign, I'm literally only talking about the sun. The literal sun in the sky, and what sign it was in when you were born. So everyone has a moon sign, a Mercury sign, a Venus sign, a Jupiter sign, and so on and so forth. So every other person has all these planets in different other signs. So that's what's gonna make you a different Virgo from someone else. So that's just to keep in mind. Now, Virgos are born between August 23rd and September 22nd. They are ruled by the planet Mercury, and they are a mutable earth sign. All right, so basically what that means is, since Virgos are ruled by the planet Mercury, Mercury deals with the nerves and just thinking and analyzing and puzzles and details and organizing stuff. So basically, Virgos are like people that will consider themselves perfectionists, people that are always on schedule. These people know what they're gonna do from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. These people are people that are very into health and taking care of themselves. These people take vitamins every day. You know, these people are the people that seem like they got their lives together. These are your morning people. These are people that like to write things out. Some people may call them critical, and that's just because of the whole Mercury aspect, because they're ruled by Mercury. So they might come at you like they're critiquing you. But honestly, and you might think that they're being a bitch about it, but honestly, there's like no emotional attachment to what they say to you. Like, if they say something to you, best believe they're just speaking like, they're just saying what comes to their mind. Like, they're not really thinking, they're not trying to offend you. They're just telling you what it is. Like, so that's one thing to really understand about Virgos. And they're honestly just trying to help you. And it's up to you whether or not you want to take their critique or not. It really doesn't hold no weight on them. A Virgo is a mutable earth sign. They know how to multitask. They know how to handle this detail. They know how to handle a few things going on in their lives. They know how to micromanage a lot of things. You know, you might find Virgos that are just into a lot of different things. Virgos are very funny people. I know a lot of Virgos that are just super hilarious. They're very chill people. They're very practical people because they're an earth sign. So earth sign people are very stable, very practical. These people, if they have a job, they're very good workers. They'll be at work on time, you know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that they won't get fired all the time. And if they do, they've been asking for it. I know a Virgo that's like that. But for the most part, they are just people that are on top of everything in life. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that wake up early in the morning, and they're morning people. They have no problem. And like I said, no two Virgos are the same, so this may or may not relate to you. But for the most part, these people know how to handle day-to-day tasks in life. Period. These people are people that take vitamins. These people work out. These people like to just get their bodies going, moving. Even if they don't work out, they're always busy doing something. Like, they're not the type of people that just be sitting in the house just lazy, chilling. Like, these people are about something, you know? So that's one thing to understand about Virgos. Since they're ruled by the planet Mercury, they're very communicative people. Like I said, they're funny. So these people like to express themselves by communicating with you. So because they're ruled by the planet Mercury, these people are very like anxious people. They be worrying a lot, and they really think and analyze a lot of things. Like, their mind is always working, and they're always thinking about something. They're always thinking about how to make something look better, how to do this better, how to perfect this, how to perfect that. So that's one thing about Virgos. They're always working on themselves. They're always trying to get better at whatever it is that they're doing. So Virgos, sometimes they might come off a little bit shy, depending on the type of Virgo they are. And that's just because they are always in their mind, and they're always critiquing you and analyzing you before they really get to know you. So I know I met this Virgo one time, and he was very quiet when I first, like, literally he was very quiet within like the first 30 minutes I met him. But once he seen how cool and chill I was, he was talking, chilling, laughing. Like, it was just nothing. Like, that's just how they are. Like, they sit back and they observe the heck out of you before they add their before they decide to get involved with what you got going on. So yeah, you might find some Virgos that really like to read, you know, people that really like nature because they're an earth sign. So there might be Virgos that just like animals. You might find a lot of Virgos that are vegan. This is not for everyone, like I said, but these people definitely, whatever it is in their life, they're always thinking about food. You know, that's just one thing about Virgos. There's just something about Virgos that they like food. Like, that's just one thing. And it's because they're an earth sign. So the things that are like earth-like qualities is going to really connect with them. So Virgos are also people that like to do things on their own. They don't really like to ask for help a lot. They like to be leaders in a way. You know, they like to not really take up a lot of people's time. If they can do it on their own, they'll do it. They don't really like to be center stage. They're not really show-offy. They're not like Leos. They're not bossy. They don't really like people like that, honestly. They don't really like all that flashy stuff. They're much more conservative. Like I said, no two Virgos are the same. So it's going to differentiate. But for the most part, that's how they are. These are also people that set up really strict boundaries, and they also set goals for themselves. Like, it don't matter what it is, these people always have a practical goal. They're very practical. That's what earth sign is. They're very practical in what they do. So yeah, basically the advice I would give to Virgos is that if you feel like you're not in alignment with yourself, like you feel like you're not on task with things, you're not doing things the perfect way, a lot of Virgos might turn to substance abuse and just may try and escape. But that's just really making life a little bit harder for yourself, because as a Virgo, you're supposed to be someone that really is very critical and that really pays attention to the smallest details of life. So if you feel like you're not living up to a certain standard of yourself, you're going to try and like do the opposite and turn into a Pisces, where Pisces just go with the flow. They don't have no care in the world, and they just, you know, they don't really have boundaries. So if you find yourself doing that, if you find that you're just turning up too much, you're drinking too much, then the thing about your sun sign being in Virgo, whenever you don't see yourself as your sun sign Virgo, if you don't see yourself acting like that, you're always gonna feel kind of off. So if you feel off, it's just because you're not doing the things the Virgo way. So if you want to not be depressed or not feel so down upon yourself and not be so judgmental of yourself, just make sure that you're living up to what you think is a good and healthy life, you know? So Virgos make very good friends, very long-term friendships. They are an earth sign, so they like to really be there for their friends. They're very practical. They love to give advice to people. They like to be resourceful people. These people like to serve people, not be like a maid or nothing, but they just like to give. Like, my son is in the 6th house, so me as a YouTuber, like, that's what I do. I serve. I give people information freely. Like, it don't cost you nothing to watch my videos. And that's just the kind of trait I carry. So that's one thing about Virgos to understand, that these people just naturally like to serve and give. And it's a good thing, you know, to have a Virgo in your life is really good, because these people just give and they don't really think nothing of it. That's just who they are. So it's actually kind of interesting. Virgos have this specific trait where they like to be helpful, like I said, right? So you might find these people being nurses, or like me, I used to work in a retirement home for a very long time, for a few years. So that's one thing about me. The sun and Mars being in the 6th house, for me, I was a person that was always around older people or helping residents or just something like that. So you'll find a lot of Virgos that are into those kind of careers or jobs. You know, they just like to help people. So whatever it is, food service, that you might find a lot of chefs or cooks that are Virgos, you know, just anybody that helps people with hospitality or just basic everyday life. you'll find Virgos doing those kind of things. So yeah, these people, if you live with a Virgo, they'll be on top of their bills. They'll pay on time. They know how to organize everything. They'll know when their next bill is due. They won't try and have their bills pile up. Like, no, they'll stay on top of that. And if they're not on top of that, you'll start to see that their lives become a little bit chaotic and they start to judge themselves and be very critical. So as a Virgo, you just want to make sure that, like I said, you're keeping up with those things and you're seeing yourself as a Virgo. Because if you don't, you're going to start to fall off and, you know, not really feel secure within yourself. So just make sure that you're doing the practical everyday things in life, and you'll be cool. So these people are very intelligent. They're very smart people. They have a lot of information about a lot of things. Like sometimes I'll be talking to Virgos, I'll be like, how the hell do you know that? Like, they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is a very curious planet. So they're curious about everything. They know a lot of shit. Like if you just talk to a Virgo, you will learn a lot. Like I've learned a lot by talking to Virgos, like literally, like I learn a lot. And I'm, like I said, my son is in the 6th house, so I know a lot of so I naturally have no choice but to play out Virgo traits. So if you talk to me, like if you go on my channel, like if you notice, if you go on my channel, you'll see a lot of different information about a lot of different things. You'd be like, okay, so she make these kind of videos and this kind of videos, like what? That's how Virgos are. They know a lot of different things. They know a little bit about everything. They're the jack of all trades. You know, they know a little bit about everything. So that's one thing about Virgos. But yeah, if you're trying to date a Virgo, just make sure that you're clean. They don't like messy ass people. They like people that are very practical, very structured, they appear nice. They don't seem like they're chaotic, you know. They like people that are smart, intelligent, just like them. Before they date you though, they want to make sure that they can trust you. They want to make sure that, you know, they can see an actual relationship with you. They don't want to just date someone just for the heck of it. Yeah, they're not gonna waste their time dating, and that just goes for all earth signs. They're not gonna waste their time if they don't see a solid foundation from it. So yeah, just make sure that you're their friend first and that they can trust you and that you guys can actually have something to talk about. So a lot of earth signs are materialistic, but these people, like I said, no two Virgos are the same, but they do appreciate material things, but they like things to be practical. Like they don't want to just have this purse just because everyone else is having it. They want to make sure that, you know, it's practical for me to have this item. So yeah, all earth signs are like that. They like to have their material possessions. So that's just one thing to understand about Virgo. Yeah, so basically to wrap this video up, if you're trying to date a Virgo or trying to get to know a Virgo, they're not just gonna fuck with you for no, they're not just gonna deal with you like if they don't, they're going to critique the shit out of you before they're gonna stalk you. They're gonna find out as much information as they possibly can before they take that step with you. Like that's just who they are. They use their common sense. They'll know if you're someone that's worth their time or not, you know. So just make sure you understand that about a Virgo. They do appear to be very cold-hearted, but they're really the sweetest people. They just don't got time for BS, you know. They don't. They choose their time wisely, and they respect their own time. So they want to make sure that they spend time with people that's worth their time. All right. So astrology is a very, very, very broad subject, and I will never be able to touch on every single thing about a Virgo. So if you know that I left out something, which I most likely did, make sure that you go ahead and leave that down in the comments for everyone else that's viewing this video so that we can get as much information as possible. All right, if you like this video, please go ahead and leave that in the comment down below to tell me why, and go ahead and share this video and subscribe to the channel for more. All right, I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Peace.